Hello students, today I am going to begin scope of economics. We have already started the basic concepts of economics and the definitions we have done. I have explained the definitions given by different economists, and today the scope of economics, that means what are the things, what are the subject matter of economics, or what are the topics studied in economics. Now, economics is a subject related to the monetary activities, the production, consumption, distribution, exchange. So, the consumption activities, the activities which are related to money, that means the monetary activities are the main scope of economics. That means monetary activities are studied in economics. Now, few things are here in your book, few things are mentioned which are studied in economics, which are the scope of economics, like consumption. Consumption is the activities through which we satisfy ourselves. Unless we consume the thing, unless we buy the thing, suppose we have a need, we have a desire for a particular thing, but for this we have to buy, we have to consume. Now, so this consumption is the scope of economics. Consumption falls under the scope of economics. It is studied in economics. Then production. Before consumption, things are to be produced. Unless the things are produced, we cannot consume. We need food, we need clothes, we need various things. But unless and until the things are produced, we cannot consume, we cannot satisfy ourselves. That means things have to be produced before consumption, before satisfying ourselves. Things are produced and then only we can consume. Then another important activity of economic activity, another important scope of economics is distribution. Things are produced, maybe the things are produced, food crops are produced in the paddy field, books are produced in the printing press, it is published in the printing press. But when the crops are produced in the paddy field and books are produced in the printing press, but we'll get it from there to buy the crops, to buy the food, to buy rice, we'll go to the state, to the paddy field, or to buy books, we'll go to the printing press? No. Things are distributed from the field, from the center where it is produced. So, when the things are produced, things are distributed. It goes to the, maybe to the merchants, from the merchants it goes to the wholesaler, from the wholesaler it is brought to the retail shopkeepers, then only we get, we buy, we can consume, and after that we can satisfy our needs. So all these fall under the scope of economics. Then comes exchange. As we all know, no country, no society, no community is self-sufficient. We depend on one another, and that is why there is a system of exchange. Maybe the exchange in between two villages, that means things are exchanged in between two villages, between two countries, within the countries, outside the countries, that means international trade, national trade. You must have heard this Junbil Mela, where the people gather there with different the products that they produce, and they exchange, like barter system. we don't have the barter system now, but in Jhunbil Mela they have the barter system. Whoever produce the commodity, that particular thing, they bring it and then they make an exchange with whatever they need. They buy the other thing with whatever they have. So this way the exchanges are done, because as I say that no village, no country is self-sufficient. So we have to depend on one another through exchange, national trade, international trade, and this comes under or within the scope of economics. Then comes money, another very important topic, important thing to study in economics is money. As we know, money is the medium of exchange. Now present economy is the money economy. Exchanges is done with the help of money. Earlier when money was not introduced, that time there was a barter system. Commodities or the things were exchanged for the things, goods were exchanged for goods, and that system was called barter system, or that economy was called barter economy. But now we don't have barter economy because money is used as the medium of exchange. So this money, the value of money, types of money, functions of money, all these are studied in economics. Clear? Then income. Income, the individual income, the per capita income, national income, these are studied in economics. Now per capita income means income per head, income per individual, per person, that is called per capita income. And the national income means income of the country. So per capita income, national income, these are studied and it falls within the scope of economics. Now another scope of economics is, another thing we study in economics is public finance. Finance of the government, the expenditure, government expenditure, government revenue, tax collection, then public debt, borrowing, that borrowing from other countries, lending to other countries, everything that is the government expenditure, government income. Public means government. So government expenditure, income, borrowing, lending, everything comes within the scope of economics. That means all these things are studied in economics. Then welfare economics. Now economics not only concern only with the activities which are related to money, monetary activities. Besides monetary activities, it also concerns about the welfare activities, social welfare, individual welfare. This welfare activities, individual welfare, social welfare, this thing also come within the scope of economics. These are also studied in economics. Then economic environment. To create a congenial environment for the industrialization, or to have industrialization, to facilitate for the industrialization, to create an environment that which is favorable for the industrialization. This also comes within the scope of economics. Alright? Then efficiency. Efficient use of scarce resources. Already in the Lionel Robbins definition, we have got that our resources are limited. So this resource or resources does not mean that only the money which is spent for buying things. Resources are limited. These resources are scarce, and with these scarce resources there are various activities for a country like India. India has various problems to solve with limited resources, scarce resources. And that is why the efficient use of scarce resources, how to use the scarce resources efficiently, is it falls within the scope of economics, is the subject matter of economics. Resources are limited, and this limited resources should be spent for various developmental work to solve various problems. India is a developing country, and India, we have various problems now, like problem of unemployment, problem of overgrowth of population, problem of unhygienic or the slum areas, it is also a problem. Then problem of illiteracy, various problems we have, and resources are limited, income is limited, resources are limited. So how to spend, how to use, how to utilize these limited resources efficiently to solve all the problems and to develop the country. So this is the subject matter of economics. All these fall within the scope of economics. Alright? Okay, today we will stop, and in our next class some fundamental concepts of economics I will explain.